Coworkers can be a real source of frustration sometimes, whether it's the quality of their work or just the way they kind of carry themselves around the office. It can be easy for someone to get on your nerves, but finding ways to better handle those kind of situations can be a real benefit for you. Joining me now with some advice on how to handle those difficult coworkers is Kevin Trainer from Robert Half Finance and Accounting. Thank you so much for coming in to talk to us about this. All right, so the number one thing that annoys people the most about their coworkers, is it sloppy work?
It is. So we've done a survey, and that seems to be the number one response by a large margin. The lack of detail or sloppy work that impacts other coworkers or management up the chain seems to be the most frustrating aspect of your coworkers' annoying habits.
So how do you fix that?
Yeah, so a couple of recommendations. For one, try to eliminate distractions when you're working through whatever the task is that you've been assigned to. So, if you're proofreading some work and you're also scrolling through emails, that could lead to some oversights or some missed details.
True, yes.
If you're checking social media accounts while you're putting together important data points, again, you might miss certain things that, could impact how the overall quality of the work is. So try and be focused on the task while you're working through it. If you need to, maybe ask a coworker or a colleague to put a second set of eyes on it and just get a second opinion to make sure there isn't any details that are missed. And then another recommendation would be get clear expectations of what the end product should look like. So if you're working with your manager and they ask you to take on a certain project or a certain set of responsibilities, know what they expect for you to deliver at the end of it.
So having error-free work is very important.
Yeah. And
not doing sloppy work, that will get you in a good place with your coworkers. One thing that I think is very interesting to talk about, especially in the current, is the political undercurrents that are in the workplace. How do you deal with those?
Yeah, the kind of old school advice is to try and avoid talking politics within the office where you can, but in situations where it kind of just festers and you can't avoid it, I'd say be as diplomatic as you can in those types of conversations and, as professional as you can in those conversations. So
you don't want to talk about politics, but when it comes to office politics, what you teach people and potential people that are going in for employment is that office politics can sometimes help you professionally. How does that work?
Yeah, it can. So office politics have kind of a negative connotation to it. We hear it referred to in a bad way most often, but it's difficult to ignore it completely because it has a big impact on company culture. So acting like they don't exist or staying completely removed from it can produce negative results for the organization. So the important part when you're getting involved with office politics is to make sure you're being honest, you're being diplomatic in those type of situations, you're being professional, and you're trying to have an impact in a positive way to influence as opposed to getting involved in the negative aspects of office politics like gossiping or talking behind other employees' backs, those kind of things.
Yeah, that you don't want to do. All right, let's talk about sick time because this is a big one. And I know a lot of times people are afraid to call in sick because their bosses might be hard on them or it's just because they have so much work to do or they don't have someone that can take their place. You have a message for both the bosses and managers and the employees.
So from a management standpoint, it's important to encourage your employees to use that sick time if they're not feeling well to be at work. It can be contagious, it could spread throughout the office, and now you've got a situation where more than one person isn't working up to their full potential. So if someone's feeling like they're not going to be able to produce while they're on the job, it's best that they stay home. If you're able to and you can offer things like flexible work situations, like a work from home type process, and your business allows for it, that may be a solution for those that aren't feeling well to still be able to do some work and contribute to the overall productivity, but remove themselves from maybe getting other coworkers sick. As an employee, it's your responsibility to make sure when you're there, you're working and you're being as productive as they expect you to be. So if you can't do that when you're not feeling well, it's best to just kind of remove yourself from that situation, use the time off, that's why it's there, and hopefully you have a manager and a company that you're working with that are supportive of that type of decision.
And you're even saying if you're the healthy one and you have a coworker that is sick, go in and tell the boss, hey, let me help you with their work, even though that might put a little bit more on you. It's better than them coming in and you getting sick.
Be a team player within the environment, right? If you can help somebody out, hopefully they'll reciprocate that if you're in the same situation somewhere
hopefully.
down the line.
All right, thank you so much. Those are great tips and great ideas. If you missed any of this advice, don't worry. You're going to find this whole segment on the morning show page of news4jax.com. We're going to post it around 10:30 this morning. Jen?